All right, what is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, Go Big Gator Guy 231, across the DFS industry, and we are in Champions League. What is it? Is it quarterfinals? Quarterfinals. I was almost like semifinals. No, skipping quarterfinals. But anyhow, 2 games should be interesting. We've got Benfica hosting Inter as a slight favorite, plus 120, and then we have City hosting Tommy Tuchel's Bayern, minus. What was like 130-ish, somewhere around there. So I think it's an interesting slate. It's a City slate though, so that kind of dominates things. Even though they're versus Bayern, I think City will kind of control possession, especially in the Etihad. So yeah, let's go through the plays. Just a quick reminder though, if you enjoy these videos, like, subscribe, comment. It really does help. Like, I know it's like part of my line, and say it every time, but it really does. So I really do appreciate that. Look, it does assist us to continue to give free content as the channel grows. We get a couple pennies from YouTube, but again, just the growth, keeps us all going. And then if you're interested in actual chat, the core plays as lineups come out, I'm on about that on every single slate the whole week. The only thing we take off is on Saturday nights. MLS and Liga MX overlap, and I like MLS more, so we don't cover MX on Saturday, but everything else is covered. Click the link in the profile. It's a very good deal. You get a lot of stuff and a really cool community. All right, enough talking. Jeez, a minute 40, not even a picks, but it'll go really quick. Let's just start with Benfica and Inter, because I find that more interesting of the two. From the Benfica side, Chiquinho has been, until the last game, taking a majority of their set pieces. He's really cheap at 4,400. It's a little bit scary because João Mario took his side last game. So there's a shot that he could get kind of screwed and not be on them. But at 4,400, I think it's probably worth that. You need a little bit of value, although there's some value on the Inter side too. So he'd probably be the Benfica piece I like the most. Grimaldo always used to take in past years. He doesn't anymore, but Grimaldo just smashes. He's one of the best left backs in the world. He's probably going to move this summer. Hell, could be moving to City. But yeah, I think Grimaldo's fine. He's 5,800. It's right in between. He definitely is part of any sort of Benfica stack. I think a really nice little stack is Grimaldo, Odysseus, and then Alexander Ba at the right back, and he's only 4,400. He's really nice. So I think that might be a fairly popular stack. João Mario is going to be one of the decisions of the slate. João Mario is the guy that actually took some sets over Chiquinho in last game versus Porto. He takes PKs. He has a ton of PKs this year. Just a lot of goals, a lot of assists. He's very active. Former Inter guy. Could there be a little bit of revenge here? He kind of flamed out at Inter, so maybe. I also want to see if David Neres were to play. If David Neres plays, he's a left footer that split sets. If not, you can have Chiquinho or Mario on some sort of monopoly or splitting together. They're both right-footed. Rafa, I guess, is in play GPP only. Gonzalo Ramos, same deal. They're both going to be very reliant on goals. If forward Arsens, he's a guy that used to be more of an 8. He's not really a natural winger by any means. You can see Guedes out there. That'll be the spot that's a little interesting. The 2 guys we want to watch are if who's at that other wing position. Is it Arsens? So they're playing Luis, Chiquinho as the dual 6s. Chiquinho more is an 8 actually in that Enzo Fernandez role. And they play Arsens in the forward, and that's a little bit more defensive, or they can play Neres, that's a little more attacking. Okay, I think I beat Benfica's line. I think I gave everybody that. Let's go to Inter. Calhanoglu hasn't played in the last 2 games. I don't know if he's fully fit. I saw him predictions, but the fact that he hasn't played makes me just not even really consider him. The Inter piece the most is Fede DeMarco at left wing back. Crosses the ball a ton, takes some set pieces. That is really good. He's only 5,500. He's by far my favorite Inter piece. And the other piece I really like is Lukaku. Benfica's really good defensively, but Lukaku, I'm about to get passed. Holy cow. The guy is very excited to get on the interstate. But Lukaku, in the past, you don't ever get Lukaku for 5,500. starting to get back into form, get back into fitness. Yes, Benfica's a good defense. This is still Inter, you know, a Big Four team versus a team from Portugal. Meanwhile, Benfica's very good, but I still sit there and go, Inter is very live for goals here. So I think Lukaku's fine. Obviously, Lautaro, I think it's more GPP. Lukaku, I actually think is cash viable just because of the price. Because once you get, we'll go to that in City, but Mahrez is the only actual floor forward in this game, or in this on this slate. Haaland's going to be the chop. So if you don't play Haaland and Mahrez, all of a sudden there's anybody goes. So, you know, why not take the cheapest striker that happens to be not that far away from me, one of the world's elite strikers, and just coming back to fitness. So that would be my thought there. Yeah, nobody else at Inter really sticks out. Barella, always live for a goal. I think he's always fine. But really it's DeMarco and Lukaku, and then GPP, Martinez. If you think like Inter score like win 2-0, you could do like Lukaku, Martinez, DeMarco, and Onana. I think that would be pretty contrarian. You gotta get contrarian in this slate. This slate's gonna be very, very, very chocolate. All right, let's go to the other game. City hosting Bayern. Start with City. De Bruyne is playing out of this world again. He's only 8,200. He should be 100%. So he's easy. Then I think, you know, I just talked about it. I think Haaland. The fact that Bayern gonna be a little more defensively stout under Tuchel. It's what like Tuchel's MO is, going to a new club and shoring up their defense, which Bayern have 2 clean sheets in his first 3, and then a pretty bad loss in their cup game under him. But I think in cash playing Haaland, I think in GPP he becomes like the guy that is the scariest fade in the world. And again, you're not fading because you think he's a bad player or anything. You're just fading him because he's a little goal dependent, and he's going to be so highly owned that if he doesn't score, and let's say he gets 6 to 7 DK or even worse, you're lapping the field where he's going to be like 60%. So it's just a GPP theory play. It's not because you think anything. I think because he could wreck you so hard in cash, you play him. And then depending on your salary, you possibly play Mahrez, the only floor forward on the slate. A few set pieces. It's not like great. His floor isn't great. It's not like double-digit floor, but it's a floor. It exists. So Kevin De Bruyne there. The other guy like Jack Grealish. The rest of the team is very meh. Gundogan, that could be a low goal, so maybe that's for GPP. And you got like this weird hybrid system where Stones is playing as like a defensive midfielder, but not really because he doesn't get that far forward. Lets Rodri be a little bit more free to go. Then you got like Ake, Diaz, and like some version of Akanji, or that could be Stones. It's just a weird thing they got going on. All of them are in play, but none of them are like priorities. On the Bayern side, Kimmich is just too cheap for cash. 6,100. It's going to be super high owned. I think you just play him because he's going to get 7 to 8 DK. Even in a tough game, he's going to get some tackles. He's going to take 100% of the set pieces. You know, this is still a very good Bayern team. So, you know, it's not like they're going to get run out of the stadium like some teams do versus City. So, I think Kimmich is fine. And then, God, I don't like anybody else. I really don't. I think everybody else goes to GPP, whether it's Mane, Sané. Definitely Choupo-Moting is only GPP. I could actually see it not starting Choupo-Moting. It's starting like Mane up top or Muller up top. All of them are GPP only. Yeah, none of them. I'm like thinking in my head, none of them I like for cash at all. Like, here's the funniest thing about Bayern. Even when they're like these big favorites and we're expecting like 3 goals from them, they're actually not great for cash. Like, it really is Kimmich, and then you're really reliant on them to score goals. So it's similar to City in a lot of ways. That's like how we are with City. You know, you get like your Mahrez, that's a little bit okay, but then you go up and down City, and you're like, actually, I need goals. Maybe Grealish, because he draws fouls, you could say has a little bit of a floor, but nothing like, you know, 15 cross floors. Neither of these teams do that. So that's how you're gonna go. All right, I think I'll do it. I did not expect it to be 10 minutes. Sorry if I ramble. I'm actually like feeling okay for the first time in a month and a half. So utilizing that voice a little too much. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching again. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Really do appreciate it. Good luck today. See you.